His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Ghlibiyya Palace. The cabinet extended its sincere condolences and heartfelt sympathies to the Emir of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, following the passing of the father Emir His Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, who dedicated his life to serving his people, the Arab and Islamic nations, and championing their causes. The cabinet condemned the continued Iranian hostile aggression targeting the kingdom's territory as well as the wider GCC states and Jordan. It emphasized that the continued hostile Iranian aggression, which targeted civilians, residents, and infrastructure, constitutes a flagrant violation of the kingdom's sovereignty, international law, and the UN Security Council Resolution 2817 of 2026, as well as a breach of the commitments made by Iran under the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding. The cabinet stressed that the recurrence of these attacks will not deter the kingdom's resolve or the steadfastness of its people. The cabinet went on to reaffirm Bahrain's right under international law to defend its sovereignty and security. It affirmed Bahrain's full solidarity with its allies targeted by Iranian attacks and safeguarding their security and the safety of their citizens and residents. The cabinet also underscored the importance of the international community's role in curbing such attacks, given that they constitute a flagrant violation of international law. The cabinet stressed the need to safeguard the international rule of law while protecting global navigation and ensuring the safe passage of vessels through the Strait of Hormuz in a manner that ensures the uninterrupted flow of global trade and preserves the security and stability of vital maritime corridors. The cabinet expressed its pride and appreciation for the Bahrain Defense Force, the National Guard, the Ministry of Interior, and all military, security, and civil authorities for their efforts and high level of readiness in defending the kingdom. The cabinet then congratulated the leadership, government, and people of the UAE on the occasion of Union Pledge Day, observed annually on July 18th, commending the UAE's continued progress and development across various sectors. The cabinet strongly condemned the terrorist plot targeting the security and stability of Morocco, commending the vigilance and efficiency of the Moroccan security and intelligence services in thwarting these criminal plots. The cabinet welcomed the U.S. President's announcement to initiate the removal of Syria from the list of state sponsors of terrorism, condemning the two heinous terrorist bombing that targeted the Syrian capital Damascus, and wished those injured a speedy recovery. The cabinet then reviewed several memorandums submitted by ministerial committees approving the following: the introduction of several new commercial activities, financial appropriations for projects funded by the Joint Municipal Resources Fund, a draft decree designating the competent authority pursuant to the decree law approving the Unified System Law on International Land Transport between the GCC member states, several draft agreements and regulations relating to legal and judicial cooperation among the GCC member states, reports submitted by the Education and Training Quality Authority, the results of the national examinations for grade 9 and 12 for 2025 to 2026 academic year, the government's responses to several draft laws and proposals submitted by the Council of Representatives. The cabinet also reviewed the labor market indicators for the second quarter of 2026 in line with the commitments made with the legislative authority during discussions on the state budget for the fiscal years 2025 to 2026 and as part of the implementation of the National Labor Market Plan 2023 to 2026. The indicators pointed to steady progress toward the annual employment and training targets. By Q2, employment of Bahrainis had reached 43% of the 25,000 target, integration of new Bahraini entrants had reached 33% of the 10,000 target, and training had reached 40.5% of the 15,000 target. The cabinet also reviewed reports on the outcomes of participation in the ministerial meeting of the GCC Ministers of Agriculture on integration in strategic sectors, The outcomes of participation in the extraordinary meeting of the GCC Petroleum Cooperation Committee. The outcomes of participation in the Global Dialogue on AI Governance, the AI for Good Summit, and the World Summit on the Information Society Forum. The outcomes of participation in the extraordinary meeting of the GCC Electricity and Water Cooperation Committee at the GCC General Secretariat regarding GCC water interconnection projects.